Hello and welcome once again to the Rugged Rockhound. Today I'm out by the, what's it called, Little Wood Reservoir. Yeah, so we're just north of Carey, near Carey, Idaho, and we are surrounded by the good old Chalice volcanics all around. So there's a little bit of private property you have to come through, but they have an access road, and you just sign a paper there just letting them know you're coming through the property. And here we are. So I'm here with the Idaho Falls Gem and Mineral Society. We're so excited to go and hit these hills. So the things we're looking for today, obviously we're going to see a lot of colorless chalcedony, kind of similar to Red Hill, but we should be able to find some green moss in the agate in some of the pieces. That's what we're hoping for. And there's this one piece they found which was a fantastic banded agate that I have not seen anywhere else really. So cross our fingers we can find something like that today, some really nice banded agate. Anyway, just as always, here's the coordinates to where we're at. So let's explore these hills, and you should be able to anywhere around here. It's surrounded by these Chalice volcanics. You don't have to come just here, you could come just anywhere around here. You should be able to find some cool stuff. Let's get at it. So here's what we're talking about. We were looking for the Carey green moss is what they call it. And basically you've got your typical agate or chalcedony, but you got this nice green rind to it. Sometimes it goes into it nicely. Kind of like you find at the Red Hill, but different.
Yeah, it's different. You find a lot
and then you find a lot of the colorless chalcedony, which here's an example. It has a little bit of a water line right there. Right.
And so last time we came, we did not find any green. This was right where we parked today.
Okay,
and
so
the seagull lilies are out. They bloom this time of year, and the lupins are out.
Yeah, look at that. Ones. Beautiful.
So this is a very nice day to be doing this.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Right off the bat, some finds.
Yep, there you go.
Thanks. And really close to this one, I just picked up that one. So I've got a lot of these, and they're so common. Unless there's something special about them, I'm probably not going to keep any of these. Just like I said, I've got a whole bunch. I want to try and focus on finding the more unusual, the green and the stuff, any that have just anything else going on. So there's a little one. But once again, it's pretty much just colorless. So we're looking for the green, and we're looking for the potentially really nice banded agate. I just found a little seam that might have a few plumes along the edge, but no green yet. That's more of the volcanic rock. Maybe a little bit of jasper on the edge.
Yeah, I don't think enough to keep.
Yeah. Well, I've got two pieces here that might be a little interesting. So we really aren't far from the vehicles. We're pretty darn close. People are spreading out. This looks like it might have some orange with it. Okay, yeah, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit of orange. And then here, yeah, we got a little bit of quartz right in the middle. So we should also keep an eye open for some nice crystal pockets. Those will probably be in this area as well. Another piece that has like this reddish color right there on the edge. That's probably maybe a little bit of iron getting in there. So Gary just found some nice plume agate. Look at that. There's a little bit of green in there too, but it's got a good plume to it. There you go. So yes, the colorless chalcedony is very abundant. It's all over. But every now and then you get something a little different like that. Look at that. That's probably nothing there. That's probably a mix. This one looks a little interesting. Anything going on in there? Okay, it looks like there might be something going on in the interior of that one, so I think I'll take that one to cut. I just found that. Look at that. I saw some green, and look at that. That is a very green moss agate. Better than what I've found at Red Hill, so that right there, that's what I want to find bigger pieces of. Okay, now we're on the hunt. Oh, I think we got a really big piece of chalcedony here. What do you guys think? Yep, that's big. Pulling it out. Wow. That's a nice little piece. What do you think? issue is it's probably mostly just colorless chalcedony. But you know, something that big, I probably should definitely, I really should take that back just to cut it and see, because maybe there's something inside. This one looks a little darker than others. Let's see if it's got, oh yeah, definitely darker. Got a black in it. Well, I am going to take that and cut that, because that might be interesting inside. Here's this little piece of black agate maybe cut open. Oh yeah. Yeah, a little bit. It's pretty dark stuff, but it looks nice. So Gary just found this. It's really cool. So it's a piece of the volcanic rock, and this is where we've got some slicken lines where it's been sliding against another rock, and the color of it looks like hematite. There's a lot of iron there. It looks really cool though. So another one of the classic ones where you just see that. It's probably colorless inside, but because of all the bumps on the outside, if I cut it, maybe it'll look cool. So I'll take that back and cut. And I see something just sitting on the rock right here. Oh, that's like it's a white opal. No precious opal, but very white. Here's this little one cut open. Ooh, nice. That's got some banding. That's a good looking piece. So I've been seeing a lot of the little green volcanic rock, but this looks a little different. So I wonder if this has been more silicified. Yeah, I don't think that's anything special. There's something right there though. Okay. Piece of seam. Looks mostly colorless though. And just to the right of that, I think I've got a decent piece of jasper here. Ah, it's so small though and thin, but the color's nice. So I picked up this piece not expecting much, and look at that. Look at that. That's some cool formation going on in there. I think that's worth cutting through, because I think it'll look pretty cool. And over here, there's some other pieces just sitting around. Okay, we're getting some more interesting things now. More stuff going on. That's just a colorless shard there. A couple of the pieces here seem to have a little bit of green on them. Oh, that might be a little better right there. Maybe. That might be worth cutting too. All right, we'll keep those. Oh, it might be in a spot where there's some obsidian. We've got a little bit of volcanic glass here. All right. Some, not great, but it is volcanic glass. Another piece right there. And yeah, lots of little pieces of seam here and there. And in this area, I'm starting to get a little bit more plume and green going on. That's just volcanic. So yeah, we're starting to hit into a lot of these greener volcanics. Another piece that looks like there may be something going on further in. So we'll take it home and cut it. So I've now come up and over the small hill I was working on, so we're parked over on the other side. And I haven't been seeing a lot in that area, and then I came here and we started getting more, but it's still mostly just colorless chalcedony. So yeah, I don't know. One thing I'm excited though is I want to get down into this little gully here and see if there's anything there. Something really green right here though. Okay. So yeah, you see you've got some of this volcanic rock that's really green, and that's probably part of what causes those plumes, but I'm not seeing much of that in this zone. Well, we'll keep looking. I am now descending into the gully. Let's descend together and see what it might have. All right. Okay, there's a piece of colorless right there. Yeah, just colorless though. Anything else? I saw something here that was more rounded, so I figured I'd take a quick look at it. Okay, yep, that's just going to be some volcanic. I don't believe that's going to be a nodule. What we got right here? All right, just more volcanic. Anything jumping out over here? That almost looks like one, huh? That's not though, I can feel it's too light. Huh. Well, I thought we'd see more than that off the bat. There's another colorless. Okay, we're seeing a few more colorless up this way. There's some right there. Yeah, a lot of colorless chalcedony. Oh, there's a bigger piece. All right. Again, just colorless. But it's big enough. I probably should take it back and cut it just in case. Picked that one up, think it was just gonna be regular colorless, and it has a druzy pocket. Just a little bit of druzy. And a nice botryoidal form. Things are getting more interesting, so I just picked up this piece, and it looks like there's some stuff going on inside of it. That'll be a cutter. And I think I saw something over here. Yeah. A seam. Oh, but I think there might be something in it. There's a piece of the volcanic stuck to it. Okay, that one might actually have some like water lines. All right, things are getting more interesting as we go further up, which means further that way is probably where things will hopefully get more exciting. I do believe things are getting better. This one seems to have some water lines in it with a little bit of banding. And there's another piece right here. That looks interesting. Yep, again, we got some water lines and a little bit of banding. Good. Getting a little better. What's that under there? Oh, that looks like a very interesting piece. Again, it could just be colorless on the inside and the green might just be on the surface. But until you cut it, you don't know. I've now seen a couple of pieces that have this faint bluish color to them. So maybe that's hinting at something really cool. There's a piece. Okay, that's decent. A little bit of banding, then quartz in the middle. And then another piece right here, it looks like. Oh yes, that looks like it might have some water lines as well. We got a couple things here. There's a piece right there. All right. But this is the more interesting one. It looks like it has a pocket in it. Ooh, and I think it'll be a druzy pocket. So I'll get that home and cleaned off. But that looks like it should be good on the inside there. I believe I see a big piece hiding behind that rock. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that might have a... See the quartz growing toward the center? If there's space inside that, it could have a full-blown quartz pocket in it. Well, nice. We'll take that home. Cut that thing open. That's a nice find. Man, I need to be better at holding these at the right distance for you guys. All right, I gotta work better at that, but look at that thing. There's those water lines we've been looking for. So everything I found was from about where just almost to that tree is up to there. I found all that in there. I decided to leave the wash and come up on the hill because I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is something white right in there. And remember last time when I said there's something white up on the hill? I think it's worth giving it a look at. So I'm still seeing lots of colorless chalcedony all over the place. So I've been mostly just kind of going over it and very little of it keeping based on whether or not it had any water lines in it or something else cool going on. Yeah, like that one. Some nice water lines. But that white on the hill, let's hope it's something amazing. Yeah, I'm getting better pieces now. I'm getting less just straight colorless, and I'm now getting more with water lines like that. That's a water line right on the surface. I'm just getting overall better pieces. So this is probably a pretty good area. Oh, there's that white. It's getting bigger. It's calling my name. But we don't want to miss anything on the way up in case there's something really good. And that's an interesting one. I've been seeing a lot of these shard pieces, which is different. Most of the places I go, I've been to Red Hill and the Short Creek, they didn't usually break into little shards like that. So I wonder why that is. Anyway, Oh, it's right there. It's calling me. But first, I see something else right here that looks decent in size. And I can already see water lines right there. Yep, that's a keeper. Ooh, what's hiding under the bush right here? Oh, a good one, I think. Yeah, look at that. Quartz in the middle, and then right in the, well, in the very center, we got some water lines. And then, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yes, getting better pieces. We're almost to it. Oh, this is gonna be good. I just know it is. And on the way up, there's just pieces all over the place. All over the place. This is a really prolific spot here. So there's like little pieces everywhere. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, more little ones all over the place. Little there, little one there. And then I stop when I see a big one. Yes. Oh, there is something going on inside that one. That's worth cutting. I might just have to start making a pile. I see another big one there, another big one there, and I'm still not even to the one I've been searching for. Okay, pile. Let's move this pile a little further up. With this one right here. Look at that. Look at that botryoidal all over the surface of that. Actually, it looks strange for botryoidal. I wonder if those are covered crystals. It looks interesting. Oh, I'm on my distant lens. Well, we'll see that better later, maybe. I've got too many things to pick up and look at. Okay, that one I might leave. Oh, saw another one over here. Two over here. This one. Oh, cool. This one. That one looks neat. Oh, man. So many good pieces. Dang, I'm gonna have to really monitor myself here. Okay, I should stop running around and go find out what this big one looks like. Yeah, and that already is a water line there, so that's gonna go all the way through. That's a nice big water line piece. That is gonna look awesome cut. Good find. Really good find. I wonder if there's any that are even bigger around here. There's plenty of the smaller ones though. Okay, I'm gonna have to start going through my pack now and start tossing out the lesser quality ones. Oh, another big one. That one looks a little different right here. There's something going on with this one. Oh. Okay, that might be something. All right, let me get all these back to the pile. I'll spray it off and we'll take a closer look at it because I think this one might be really interesting. Even sprayed off, it's hard to tell, but there is some green in that. There's definitely some plumes, and it runs up against the volcanic, so it has some of the volcanic rock still attached to it. And I think this one's gonna be spectacular. Won't know until I cut it for sure, but I'm excited for that one. Okay, we've got a huge pile here. I'm definitely gonna have to kind of go back through and now toss out things that I think aren't really worth it anymore. So just in case there's one that I said I was gonna cut and I don't cut it, it's probably because I decided I had better ones. Here's this one cut open. Been looking forward to this. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Definitely one of the best ones I've cut. Look at that. Green moss, plumes. Just awesome stuff all over the place. Here's this one cut open. From this end, it looked like... From this end, it looked like there might be some tubes in it, so... Oh wow. There's a lot going on in there. Kind of hard to tell. Just kind of go over it. Look at all of that going on in there. Here's this one cut open. Yeah. So many water lines. Just look at that. Bring it up close and just go across it. Just found this. It's interesting. It's looks like a little bit of the green jasper, and it has this kind of bluish coating to it. Interesting. But this piece looked a little better here. Maybe. I don't know. There's so many big pieces I keep running into. See, there's another one. Looks like it's got some white opal on that one. Here's another big piece. And they just keep going. I keep seeing them all over. There's one in the distance there. Just all over. Yeah, see, just piece after piece after piece. All right, I've got a few really nice ones all together. So we've got this good looking huge one. Oh, bigger than I thought. Yeah. Water lines in it. Another piece right there, water lines in it. This piece right here. Okay. But this one, look at that one. Look at the banding in that, and I think it's got a little bit of that green going through the banding. That is a nice seam. Oh, actually it might have been part of a large geode. Look at the crystals on it. Those are quartz points. Look at that. Now that is a find. Okay, where's the rest of that? I'd like to find the rest of that. Look at the banding and then the quartz crystals. That is a sweet piece. Man, this is a good spot I found here. Here's this one all cleaned off. Nice quartz crystals. Cool banding. Overall, great piece. So I started grabbing a few more pieces all in this area, and I saw this. I went to grab it, and it's way bigger than I first thought. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Have no idea what's in that because it's so covered. So that's one we'll just have to figure out once I cut it. Man, so many good pieces. Now this is cool. You can see where I set my pack down. I've been searching through here, and an untouched, weathered out seam or nodule. Look at that, just spread all the way up through there. Untouched. Look at that first piece. Oh, it's got this like caramel colored pocket, maybe kind of a botryoidal. Whoa. Whoa, look at this. Wow. Wow, that might be really cool. Cut that. Wow. Look at this. That's got water lines. That I can see the water lines. Wow, and then up here, unless it was somebody here that was picking through it and deciding what to keep and not to keep, that's possible too. But no, that looks like a vein that just, wow. And I keep seeing more further up. It's chalcedony heaven out here. Quartz heaven. Some agate. Whatever. Just extraordinary. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's going to be a big one. All right, I'm going to need my hand perk for that. Let me go grab that. Here is this one cut open. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. It's a little different. Yeah, it was hard to cut this one. It was just a little too big for that small saw. Gary says he's got something terrible. You know what that means when he says it's terrible. Oh, look at that thing.
Tube agate.
Oh, look at that. That'll be neat. If you can cut into it, it's kind of thin.
Tube agate.
But that's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think I found some, got a hand pick. Let's get into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Expanded.
There we go. That's a chunk. That is a chunk. Very nice. We are spoiled for choice here right now. Here's this one, mostly washed off. Still have a little bit more cleaning to do, but that's the pocket. And maybe something worth cutting later, I don't know. So there was that one that was in this vein area, whatever's coming out here. So much here, we're spoiled for choice. Yeah. I have to sort through everything now because I don't know what I want to keep. So long story short, we've been coming up that and it's just piece after piece after piece after piece. Just, they're all like that. Over and over and over. But what drew my eye was this. We've got green. We've got some green. Maybe it's not as much inside as I'd hoped, but I won't know till I cut it, but it's got green. That's a keeper. Here's this awesome looking one cut open. Where I cut it, it had a weak spot, so it broke these two pieces. But look at it. Oh, that is beautiful. That'll cut into some nice slabs. And there's the other side. But it is really nice stuff. Yeah. As I'm working my way up to the white spot there, sorry, it's the short range, I just keep finding great pieces. And look at that one. That one's sweet. I'll keep that one. It's just more and more. And then over here I thought, yeah, another big piece. Oh, is that big enough? Maybe. So after a long hike, I'm almost to it, and I can tell from here it's not. It's just more of the volcanic rock, just a lighter color. But up in here, I'm getting a lot more veins where it's just solid quartz crystals growing to the center. And occasionally I get a little crystal pocket. So that's how it changes coming further up. But down there, most of the way down, right about in there, I found a really good waterline one that was really big. So I told myself, if this is nothing or too big to take, I'm gonna pick that up on the way down. So I'll film it when I get down there. So, like I said, it wasn't actually anything, but nice view from up here. Look at that. You can see down to the reservoir. You can see where we parked. Quite a ways up, aren't I? But yeah, that zone where they're in right now, that's where the biggest stuff has been found so far that I've seen. I have no idea what those people over there have found yet, or those who might have gone off in that direction. But it's a beautiful day. Beautiful view from up here. We're having a great time, and yeah, I found so much good stuff down there. There's no way I'm gonna keep a fraction of it even, so if you guys want to come here, there's plenty more to be had down there. So I've now come down all the way, and these were some big ones I grabbed on the way down. So this is one that I found on the way up that I just put back in case I didn't. And I found a spot where there was some water line where it was a bluish. I don't know how well you're seeing it, but these three pieces are all bluish. So those could be really fun. And then Gary's got something to show me, so I'm gonna switch lens so he can show me something really cool. These four were too big to cut on this saw, so I'll have to cut them at a later time. But they are massive. They're gonna be awesome though. Here's this one cut open. Oh yeah, look at that. So you've got where it meets up with the volcanic rock, so it looks cool. And it does have that slight blue tint to it. I like it. Here's this one all cut open. Yeah. Water lines in this one are really cool. I like this one. Here's this one cut open. Yeah. That is so cool. Just look at it. Here's this one cut open. Yep. That had water lines. Here's this one cut open. I wonder if it has water lines in it. Yep. Oh, look. Only part of it has water lines. And there's this pretty much colorless spot at the bottom. Here's this one cut open. Very nice. That's a good one. Here is this one cut open. Yep, water lines. I'm glad I got a little bit of the volcanic rock in it. That adds. Very cool. Okay, he's gonna show me. He says it's the coolest piece of the day. Let's see. Oh, that volcanic rock's a bit purple.
And green.
And it looks like we got some green. Oh, it is hard to tell if anything goes deeper than the skin. That'll have to be figured out, cut open. So many of these, we just won't know until we cut it.
I don't know if I'm going to cut that or not.
Oh, might leave it like that because it looks cool. So we're here back at the vehicles. Sorry, I'm eating some lunch. But we're checking out some of the other finds from the club members, and this one, in my opinion, is the best one I've seen all day. Look at that. Beautiful botryoidal. You got the green in there. Those are probably some tubes coming down, and definitely some plumes or moss coming off the edge. What a fantastic piece. And he's got another one here that looks like a green moss. Look at that. I'm back at the hunt after lunch. So that really nice green piece he showed, the botryoidal, was up here somewhere. So I'm gonna search here. But on the way up, I saw this piece and it's pretty big. So I'm gonna dig it out with you guys and see how it looks. All right, it looks like it's just colorless. It has this bluish look here, but I think maybe that's just because it's really dirty. I'll spray it off though to be sure. Yeah, it's not bad, but not worth keeping based on what I've found already so far. Just found this piece. It's got some really nice banding in it and a little bit of that bluish color, so that's a cool piece of seam. Yeah, I'll take that home. Here's this one cut open. I can tell from the outside it's gonna look awesome. Here we go. That is cool. Look at that. Really, really good banding in this one. Now that's a pretty piece of like a jasper agate mix. That's a good find. Yeah, I wouldn't mind more of that. Looks like we got another piece of it right here. It's a little bit more brown on this one. Yeah, not as good as the other one. But it is another piece of the stuff, and a little bit of the chalcedony. Has a little bit of banding on it though. Well, I believe I found my first piece of tube agate here. I've seen some other people find them, and that's my first one. It's small, but it's nice. Good find there. From the outside, this didn't look like much, but I think we might have some green agate inside here, maybe some plumes or moss. So I definitely think this is worth cutting. I think this might actually be really cool. Here's this one cut open. Whoa. Oh, there's a lot of color in that one. A lot of things happening. That is sweet. Once again, an interesting piece. It's got some botryoidal there and there, and I think inside it might look interesting. Just found this piece, and it's another piece that has good banding in it. You can see those lines all the way up to here and then up here. Okay, this area has some nice banding. So I found two pieces here that are interesting. We got this white one that I think cut open will look quite interesting. And then this one is a bigger piece, but it has some of that banding in it, so I'm hoping cut it'll look really cool. So there we go, two more. Here is this one cut open. Whoa. Ah, that's cool. It has banding and then it has quartz crystals growing toward the center. Very nice. Found another piece of tube agate. Small, but it's cool. Just found another piece, and it's bigger this time. I think I'm in a spot where it's coming out because I'm right at almost at the crest of this little hill, and I'm just up from there. I think I should scour this area right here, see if we can get any more tube. I mean, it's more tube chalcedony because it's not really agate banded, but the tubes are cool. The stalactitic formations. So I just found that tube chalcedony piece, and just up from it, look at that. Let's get it out and get a closer look, see if it's something I'd like. It's good size. Oh yeah, it's got nice banding in it. And a little bit of that hint of blue. Yeah, I think that's a keeper. And it should look nice cut, so we'll cut into it. Here is this one cut open. Already know it's gonna look nice. Yep, look at that. Hold it like that. Very cool. So I saw this, and at first when I saw it I was like, oh, it looks just like black jasper. But then I flipped it over and it turned into more of an agate. So, cut into that. Yeah, I think it might be better than just black jasper. Here's this one cut open. Black. And the black continues, but it mixes with the volcanic and it looks kind of neat. Look at that. So when I was down there, there were people talking about this greenish jasper that was mixed with the volcanic rock, and here it is. I made it to the spot where it's coming out. It's actually that outcrop. So yeah, interesting, but I don't think worth keeping. But I saw this and I was like, there's something bluish right there. What is that? Huh. All right, I think it's just, yeah, it's just a thin coating on the surface, but it's a little different. So it's been a while. I was on the hill that's over there. I walked around it, came around, didn't find much, came to the next hill, which is above me here, walked around it, didn't find a lot, found a few things I thought I might keep. But I'm down in the wash again, so I'm in the wash that I was in earlier, but I was way down there. Now I'm way up higher. And I just saw this and thought it was really cool. An example of, you got the volcaniclastic, that's called volcaniclastic rock, where it's got pieces of other rock trapped in it, and a little bit of the green jasper. It looks cool. But I saw a few possibilities. There is a white one right here under this bush. Yeah, probably not. That's probably all clear. I saw something under here. Yeah, so many colorless ones in this area, so you're going to have to really kind of walk around and sort through, or just go to that spot lower on this hill over here that had all the big stuff with the nice water lines. Anyway, I'm going to walk around in the stream, maybe go back up on that hill a little bit, and then slowly make my way back to the car. It's getting about time to be done. And I just found another big one with the water lines. Yep. I'm guessing it probably came from the hill that all the big ones were down there, and I'm guessing it has more zones where there's big ones. This hill in the back is the best. At least the best I've seen for majority. That one green botryoidal one that he found though, that was a find. Well, I'm back on the side of the hill that has all the big pieces. This is where somebody else, one of the other club members, was earlier this day. They came further up and they piled stuff up and made their decisions from there. And where I was quite a distance over there, so this entire hillside has big pieces coming out everywhere. But I see something a little different right here. So I'm hoping this one may prove to be a little different cut. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'm still seeing the quartz. It's just that surface that looked different. Yeah, I don't know. So I've been walking my way across, just finding more and more of the big stuff. And I came to a little zone here where there's some green coming out, and it looks like we got the green mixed with some of the chalcedony. So we might have some good pieces here. There was one in particular here that was just, yeah, see, that's exciting right there. That could hold stuff. So I'm going to take a moment and really explore this spot for any more of this green. See if we can find good stuff. Is that one? It's a big piece. Does it have? Maybe, probably worth taking. Oh, I think I see another one hiding right here. Yes. That one I'm not really seeing any chalcedony on it though. Okay, yeah. I'm not thinking so much that piece, but maybe that one. All right, any more green? There's probably more around here. Oh, I see a little bit hiding right there. Maybe. We'll add it to the pile and I'll sort through the pile. All right, well, I'll keep searching for more green, and if I see any good stuff, I'll bring you back in for it. Well, I ran around and collected all the pieces I thought might be worth cutting. So we got those smaller ones, these bigger ones right here. So I think these are all worth giving a cut into to see if they're any good. I also found this one with some nice botryoidal. So not like the big one he found, but still a small piece. And then I found this one that I thought looked really nice because of the banding. So yeah, those are the ones from this. And that was decent too. Here's this green one cut open. Whew. Nice. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on in that. The white and colorless chalcedony meets the green volcanic. Here's this big one cut open. Whoa. Nice. It's really porous, so I don't think you could really make much with it, but it is pretty cool. It looks neat. Here's this one cut open. Oh, nice. Nice. There's a lot more chalcedony in that one than some of the other ones. It's a bit windy. Here's this one cut open. Oh, wow, wow, look at that. It grew around that kind of center spot. Wow, that is just really cool. Here's this one cut open. It's probably going to look like that on the inside. Yep. Look at that. Crazy green. Here's this one cut open. From the outside you could see some nice banding along the edge, so that should carry in, and it does. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. I'm going to have to show it one piece at a time here. Look at that. And then here's the other side. Very nice. So on my way back I found that interesting enough to cut, but Gary says he found something really nice. Something he said will make me jealous.
Yep.
What is it?
Green moss agate.
Right in there. All right, can't see it very well because it hasn't been sprayed off, but that should be good in there. And then what's that in his hand?
There you go.
Oh, that's a nice botryoidal. That's a good find.
Yeah.
So just found this. I can tell from there it's going to be an agate nodule, and it's completely coated in green. Look at that. I think that'll be an excellent cutter. Getting something nice before heading back. Here's this one cut open. Ooh, now that is a good moss agate. Look at that. Beautiful. That is a beautiful piece. Just found this one. I've been finding a bunch of smaller pieces, and I just found this one. I think this is going to be a nice one with green plume. Oh, I'm excited. That's the biggest one I found. I found some other ones that were decent size, but this is the biggest so far. Exciting. Here's this one cut open. Oh yeah, look at that. Good moss in that one. Beautiful. Wow. Sorry for the wind. It's drying everything out. So I just found this one. That'll be good. But I heard him over here saying he's got something good too. Oh. Oh, look, it's the jasper, and I think it's opal surrounding it with green. That's a cool nodule. Look at that. That's a cool find. That's way better than that jasper up there. Here's this little piece cut open. Nice. Very nice. So right here I got a nice little vein, but the best thing here, we got a nice moss agate nodule. Oh, that's gonna look amazing cut open. Oh, I look forward to cutting that. That's the biggest one I found today. Here's this one cut open. Come on, green moss. Ooh. Wow, look at everything in there. Man, the wind is drying it off fast. Let me wet it again. There, look at that. Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? That is some beautiful stuff. Here's this one all washed off. Yeah, look at that sparkle in the sun. Some nice quartz crystals. Here's this one washed off. Nice color to it. Here's this one cut open. It should be very interesting. It is. Look at that. Wow, look at all those plumes. That is so cool. Just all over it. Here's this one cut open. Hoping it'll look really nice in there. Yeah, look at that. That is cool. Sweet. Here's this tiny little thing cut open. Whoa! Wow, that is surprising. It's a party in there. Here's this one cut open. Had a slight purple hue to it. Oh. Yeah, quite a bit going on in there. Here's this little thin one cut open. Whoa! Whoa! That is crazy. Here is this one cut open. Been looking forward to this. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. With the green and all kinds of things going on. Here is this one cut open. Ooh, nice. That looks really nice. Here's this one cut open. I wonder what it's going to look like inside. A little bit broke off. Yep. Yeah, that's about what I thought. Really nice. Here's this one cut open. Whoa! I wasn't expecting green in this one. I was just expecting the colorless, mostly. That's actually pretty cool. Here's this one cut open. Ooh, nice. Look, it's got tubes in it. That looks pretty sweet. Here's this one cut open. That hint of green. And it carries through. And ooh, look at the banding on that. Really nice. Sweet. Here's this one cut open. Ooh. Alright, we got some nice water line. A little bit of agate. A lot of moss going through it. And lots of volcanic rock. It's very nice though. Here's this one cut open. So it broke a little bit, but it looks nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that, just that moss right there. Here is this one cut open. Ooh, look at that. We got some black mixing with a little bit of green moss. Very nice piece. Here's this one cut open. Wind. Oh, look at that. It's like a seafloor. Really cool. It's drying out. Wind. Here is this dark one cut open. It broke a little bit here. Whoa, look at that. Beautiful. That is some nice material. Here's this one cut open. Nice. That's kind of what I thought it would look like. Pretty nice though. Like a jasper chalcedony mix. And I'm back down at the vehicles. What a great day. So much material, and you've seen it cut open. I bet this is going to be spectacular material, especially those green ones, the darker ones. I think they're going to be awesome, and you guys have seen it. So great spot. If you get a chance to come out here, just remember you have to go through this private property here. At the entrance, the fence coming in, it'll have a little sign up sheet to say I'm coming through, and if he says anything, just respect whatever the person who owns the private property, but he should let you come through, and just close the gates as you come through and then get up into here. And it's beautiful. Big stuff, we're back on those hills. The green stuff was right here on this close one. Until next time, remember, there is treasure everywhere.